This is the story of the Bobbit. But no story is complete without introducing the main character. For indeed, he, or she, as the case may be, yet not in this, he is, in most cases, the main character. And every story needs a main character, which is a Bobbit, in this case. Not in all cases, but in this case. This particular case, which we find is a good case, after all. A very good one. In fact, now that I think about it, this is the only case. Unless we write more. Or live in a world full of Bobbits. Then there would be many cases. Speaking of which, there once was a Bobbit named Just In Case. Ha ha. 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 Okay, as I was saying, or attempting to say, making an attempt to say that which I was attempting to say, which attempts so vile, they did not deserve to be called attempts, but more atoms, because that is a half of an attempt, with attempting being only half in an atom, because attempt is A-T-T-E-M, and pating, the other part of attempting, is P-T-I-N-G, with those being 5 each, adding up to make 10, half of them being 5, 5 being half of 10, half of an attempt being an atom or a pating, but the pating not being the atom. So, anyway, as I was saying then, which I shall attempt, and not merely atom, to say now. In a hole in the ground, under a bunch of hills, there lived a Bobbit. Indeed, there lived many Bobbits, each one different than the other, for indeed, if they did not appear to be different, then, also indeed, they would appear supposedly to be the same. This theory has not yet been attempted. It shall be called the Narrator Theorem, and I shall later write a book about it, entitled The Theorem and I, or I and the Theorem, or it could be entitled There and Back Again, a Theorem's Tale, by Narrator. Yes, this is to my liking. Anyway, in a hole in the ground, under a bunch of hills, among many more Bobbits, there lived a Bobbit named Dilbo. Baggins. He lived in a very normal Bobbit hole with a perfectly square cardboard door, with an off-center square doorknob. One day, Dilbo was outside, gardening. It was a perfectly normal day, and Dilbo had no intention whatsoever of going on an adventure the following Monday. Well, really, whatever day this is, tomorrow. Because, do you know what day it is? Well, I don't. You see, I'm a very disturbed and confused soul. Anyway, back to the story. Tomorrow. Not when I am speaking, but when you are watching it. I want to make that perfectly clear. It was a perfectly normal day, and Dilbo had no intention whatsoever of going on an adventure the following Monday. But then, out of nowhere, Gandalf the Bleached arrived with grave news. It's your birthday! No!